there, my name is Matt Vady. I'm the CEO of ERG Payroll and HR, and I just want to make a quick video to help you determine if our executive payroll and HR model is the right model for your organization to maintain HR compliance and become a better place to work. So we're going to talk for just a couple minutes about the pains that many of our clients face when they come to us for this model, the process, how we do what we do, and then the performance, what our applications do, and what you actually get when you come on board with our executive payroll and HR model. Ultimately, we want to take you from an HR zero to an HR hero and defeat the compliance monster. There are really five pains that we see most of our clients come to us with when they come on board with our executive payroll and HR model. It's typically that they're handling a lot of the administrative component of HR internally, and they have limited resources that should not be focused on this, and it's bringing little to no value to the organization, but it has to get done, and there are actually sometimes it has negative effects because you're creating compliance concerns for your organization over something that doesn't actually produce top or bottom line growth. Then we also see that the experience is lacking. This could be the experience internally and that, hey, we have no HR experience, or it could be the experience of working with a national provider who's not giving you the attention and love that you deserve. Next up, we see a lot of folks come to us with software that is dated, that does not meet their needs, and they are looking for a better way to handle automating human resources related tasks. And we also have a lot of folks, as I mentioned, that come to us from national providers. They're kind of tired of being treated like another ticket number. They want to work with a local regional provider who gets to know them, and they get to know that each other and really know that they're important to our business, and we want to become important to your business and act as an extension of your team. And then obviously another piece is that compliance. Ignorance is not bliss when it comes to compliance. So a lot of folks are concerned about what they don't know. It's a common phrase we hear all the time with new clients that come on board is, I don't know what I don't know. And so we want to help you to understand where you could potentially be lacking and help you to overcome any of those issues. So what's our approach? Well, in the market, I believe there are four quadrants when it comes to HR. So they're kind of based on your internal expertise and understanding of your internal environment, and then combined with your understanding of external HR environment. And so the first is what I would call ostrich HR. So you're burying your head in the sand. You don't really care what your people want or if they're happy or engaged. You have little to no external HR understanding. You're not completing proper new hire documentation. You're not keeping up with new hire or employee information in a proper fashion. You're not keeping up with regulatory changes. So you're just kind of burying your head in the sand and not paying attention to any of it. Then we have DIY HR. We have a lot of folks that come from DIY HR to our platform. They have a really high internal understanding. They're trying to create a great culture. They know what their people want, what they care about. They have processes in place, some good, some bad. But they just have a low external environment. They don't have anybody on staff who's actually an HR expert, nor should they, because they're a small business who shouldn't be budgeting for a full-time HR, and so they have limited external experience and might not be able to keep up with everything that's changing in the compliance world. And we have outsourced HR. Outsourced HR, really high understanding of external environment, going to help to keep you in line as it relates to changes in regulations again, and understanding of, hey, we need this document done. Great, we can do that document from this template. Really good with the external, but low understanding of how you tick. They can't get to know you. They're not local to you. They're not even regional to you. They are just kind of reactive to your needs instead of proactive to your needs. And so really not a high level of understanding when it comes to your internal environment. And we have our model, what we call collaborative HR. So this is where we become an extension of your team. And not only do we get to know your team right from the start, we come out and meet with your team or meet with them on a conference call and get to know them, and they get to know us. But we also have high level of external expertise as well with our highly trained HR business partners who are dedicated to your team and get to know you and your culture to help become an extension of your team and not replace the HR function, but help to equip you once again, to become the hero and overcome the compliance monster. And not only is this a better model from execution, but it's also a better model from investment because it's not quite as expensive as having to outsource the process. So, how does that look? How do we actually roll that out? Well, what we do is we come in and we do our proprietary HR diagnosis where we ask you questions about everything you do related to HR from pre hire to post termination. And then we start to implement an HR action plan, which includes not only the technology, which I'm going to talk about in a moment, but also the processes and procedures that are going to help you to make sure A, I'm in compliance, B, I'm hiring and keeping and trying to engage, retain, and grow the right people. And then C, I'm looking for the future and what our organization looks like down the road. So after we get through the diagnosis and implementation, we're focused on that compliance and administration. We're focused on making sure that you are not going to be subject to penalties should you ever get an audit, making sure that your processes are best practices and that your administration workflows make sense and you can do them with or without us. And then finally, we focus on what's most compelling and important to us, and that's the strategy and culture of the organization. Are you properly aligning your team with the mission of the organization and how you want to create, your organization become a best place to work? And this is ultimately where we are looking the whole time. We're focused on your core values, helping you to make sure that they're integrated throughout all of your organization and all of your HR processes. So this combination of our proprietary process helps us to help you reach your HR goals. So how do we do that? Well, we do it with technology and people. First, on the technology side, we combine online payroll, HR and benefits in your own online portal, as well as compliance support in our HR support center to give you access to everything you need. Now, what's unique about this? I know many companies have this. The unique thing is that you're going to get people that work alongside you that are actually going to do the work for you and become your subject matter experts and system experts right out of the gate. So you don't have to become an expert in our technology. You just need to learn enough to be dangerous so that your team can execute on what they need to do to move your mission forward, which is not handling HR and benefits in our online systems. So the people that come alongside that help you start with an employee help desk. So all those questions, I've heard HR called death by 1,000 cuts. All those questions that come in every day. Hey, I forgot to clock out yesterday. Can you help me out? Where do I access my pay stub? I went to request PTO and I don't think this balance is right. Our team will act as an extension of your team and answer those employee questions. You also get a dedicated HR business partner who's going to, once again, work through that HR diagnosis and action plan with you and become your strategic advisor that you'll meet with them every single month and monitor your progress against your initial goals and continue to create new goals and metrics along the way, as well as our administrative help. So I talked about how we're going to actually be in the software and helping you keep up with employee files, assisting with processing payroll, and all the things that burden your current staff related to human resources. So that combination of people and technology is what really makes us different. But oftentimes folks want to know, well, beyond that, a lot of companies say they can do those things. What really makes you guys different? Well, it starts with our mission. We're a mission-based company. We give 5% of our business away to charity. And we do that through donorschoose.org and Transitions Homeless Shelter that's here local to us. Donors Choose allows us to do that around the country. We give 3% of all revenue, 1% of our time, and 1% of our product away to charity. So anybody who partners with us helps us to move that mission forward, and we're incredibly grateful. We've answered well over 40,000 HR questions now. I need to update that slide. So we have deep HR experience, and we track and monitor our responses, and we continue to track and monitor everything that's happening in the regulatory environment to make sure that your organization is up to speed with the most recent changes related to HR. And finally, we've had 97% customer satisfaction doing this. We have a high level of client retention and satisfaction because ultimately, once again, we're trying to be your guide. We want you to be the hero. We want to be focused on you and helping you to meet your own needs. So while anybody could do any one of those three things or two of those three things, I don't know of any company that has our mission that's as deeply experienced and with as high of ratings from their customers as us. So that's what makes ERG unique. And we're really grateful that you would take the opportunity or take a few moments to look at a potential partnership with us. If you visualize yourself with ERG, I ask you, how would your experience look different than it does today? What would be most impactful to you? If you have some questions for me, feel free to drop me a note. It's just matt@ergpayroll.com, or you can go to our website and submit a form and you can talk to one of our sales representatives. And then finally, let's get the next steps on the calendar. Love to talk to you about this a little bit deeper, bring in additional teammates from your side, or let's go ahead and get started if you're ready to go. Once again, very grateful that you take a few minutes out of your day with me. Appreciate your time and look forward to talking to you further.